It's the NFL on EA Sports, and all eyes are on the dual threat Lamar Jackson. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Ravens and the Steelers, and it's coming up next.
Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate, Scott, Brock Hewitt here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking a sweep, the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt. These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does bring a little extra heat into this matchup.
Ball was teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off from Baltimore. Deontay Hardy to return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by the reigning MVP, the second of his career, the best runner in the game. It's Lamar Jackson.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
And defenders are there to get him at the line. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, Jackson. He'll check this one down, complete to the fullback. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. They go play fake with Jackson. Complete Derrick Henry. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That stop made by T.J. Watt. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Lamar throwing again. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Play fake, Jackson. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Here's Henry on the option. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop. We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 28. Bateman hauls it in. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First down, here's Lamar. Andrews with the catch. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach third down. Henry's going to try to pick it up. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have first and goal.
Short of the goal line.
Henry can't push it across. They make the stand, and looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too. Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, 2nd and goal. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens finish up an excellent opening series. And they've loved the scoring production he's brought out of their offense. That touchdown gives him 10 on the season. Justin Tucker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here are the Steelers now, taking over for the first time. And bringing them out to 4th-year quarterback and capable dual-threat producer from Ohio State's Justin Fields.
You know, Kate, sometimes they say great quarterbacks are like great point guards. And much like we measure point guards in basketball with the assist-to-turnover ratio, and you love a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio that will win you ball games, same with quarterbacking. Here we go. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, and a big old win last week.
On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Here we go, son.
Harris once more. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Here we go.
Fields out of the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the bank in just a moment. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football.
Don't jump, right?
They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. That throw behind his intended target. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now it's 2nd down. Back now, pressure on its way. Snared by his running back, it's Najee Harris. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Good.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. He's on the move. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson are ready to go again on offense. And he's been more than just his work as a passer this season. Look at this. He's gotten the job done on the ground as well. 2nd among NFL quarterbacks in rushing yards. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Henry on the catch. And he'll get it up to the 27. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. He fires one deep down the right sideline. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Gets this to Bateman. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Escapes the pocket. Still on the move, throwing down the right sideline. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And it sets up 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Jackson yet again. Forced out to his right. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Jackson now on 3rd. He's throwing deep to the left side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That one intended for Mark Andrews. So that brings up 4th and long. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Starts his return from the 23. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a punt of 47 yards. And the Steelers will take over possession.
Here we go.
Carried by Harris here to start the drive. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Right.
Fields to throw it. That's going to be caught by Washington. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Fields. They'll get this one to Watkins. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Hurry up.
Sending the tight end in motion left. This is Harris on 2nd down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door, bigger gap in the future.
And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. And it's the Steelers with 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing from the gun. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I love throwing on first down, and when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw Fields. Into the hands of Pat Fryermuth. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Into traffic, complete. And this is down all the way to the 3. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. Another throw for Fields. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And this is picked up by the Ravens.
Gosh, we have seen these quarterbacks make some incredible plays from here to reach the end zone. That was certainly not one of them. Careless with the football, left an opening for those defenders to knock it free and escape without surrendering any points.
We see the Ravens making their way out now. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. He throws a bullet. He's got it deep downfield. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow their lead just before halftime. Hope you weren't settled in to call a long drive there, partner, because it only took them a matter of seconds to go all 80 yards and hit pay dirt.
Are you kidding me? I love big plays just like everybody in the building loves big plays, and it took all of them, the guys up front doing their job, and certainly the playmakers to finish it.
Tucker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden ratings hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Here's Fields to throw. That throw finds Pickens. And he gets him around 6 there. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
Here we go.
Now Fields. Taken in by Harris. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Here we go.
Throwing it again here. Gets this one to Harris. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. New set of downs for him from the 46. First down throw for Fields. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
He's on the move, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. The Steelers use their third and final timeout. This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Running behind center with Harris. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. The defense takes its third and final timeout. The Steelers set to punt it. The Ravens offense to the field for the final drive of this first half. And with a 2-score lead, partner, they've got the option to sit on that, or they could try something really aggressive to end the half. On first down, Jackson. He beams one deep right side. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing again is Lamar. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. He's back to throw. He's going to push one deep down the right. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. One last play before the break. One final shot before halftime. He's trying to go deep again. And on fourth down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Baltimore. The Ravens flying into the break with a lead. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. As mentioned, this is the EA Sports Halftime Report. Time to take a look around the NFL and find out what's going on this fine Sunday. Great games galore here in Week 16, with a couple happening on Saturday. The second of which, Steelers and Ravens, the great rivalry at 4:30 Eastern Time. Good stuff going on later in the afternoon as well, especially down in Miami, where it will be the Dolphins taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And lastly, in the national game on Sunday night, definitely one to tune in for, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. The first half belonged to the reigning NFL most valuable player, number 8, Lamar Jackson. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Steelers and Najee Harris making their return to the field. And with the end of the season in sight, he's looking for a strong finish to capture that NFL rushing crown. On first and 10, it's Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season.
Here we go.
Going to Harris to start the half. He's contained at the line for no gain. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Let's see what they went with on third down.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They give to Harris from the gun. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Here we go.
Staying on the ground with Harris. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
Don't jump. Ready? Right.
Going right side. Harris with it. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Namdi Madubuike making that stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Running left is Harris. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. It was Marcus Williams in on that stop.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. This one from 42 yards out. Dicker connects there. And that'll get him back to 11.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Party on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Ravens headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now here's Lamar. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Lamar off the play fake. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10. Here's Jackson. Into the hands of Likely. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be first down, Baltimore. Play action. Here's Jackson. Ooh, almost to throw the Costin. Defender had it in his hands. He dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Jackson's going to throw again. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Harris. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Here we go. Good.
Fields to throw it. Wilson on the slant. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked?
Offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Running it after the penalty. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. Second down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap to Fields. Escapes out to the left. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
Here we go. Hurry up, hurry up.
Fields out of the gun. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running for it. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. Ball in the right hash, the distance 43 yards. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
The Ravens are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he's been somebody who can get the scoring done with his legs just as much as his arm. You can see he's top 5 for touchdowns among NFL QBs. That's grabbed inside the 30. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens lead by 15 now. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go, Side.
From the gun, they go with Harris. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second down now, 7 to go.
Here we go, Side. Go.
Back to throw, here's Fields. Caught by Freiermuth. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play.
Here we go.
Now it's Fields. And there's a man there intercepted. Brandon Stevens has it. And the Ravens get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Well, we both saw what he was doing, Brock, trying to work the sideline there, but I don't think he ever saw the corner sitting back and just waiting to break on that throw.
And that's what the good ones do. They use the sideline to their advantage. It really becomes the 12th defender on the field. The elite corners in this league, they'll play to it. They'll bait those quarterbacks to making that throw, and then they'll close fast and take that ball away.
Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays that follow. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Throwing again here on 2nd and 10. Jackson. Bateman hauls it in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing them.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And 4th and 4 coming up. Lamar throwing again. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Patrick Queen in to pick it off. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
The Steelers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Fields on 1st down. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. From the red zone now. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
Steelers 13.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Party on the return. And look at this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Ravens trotting out their offense. And this really looks like a whole different ball game after that touchdown, doesn't it? They really need to go on a drive here. Ball at the 33 for 1st down.
180.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He's got a man left. Get some space around midfield. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
And he winds up with a solid gain down past the 45. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens leading by 8. Markers reset, ball at the 37. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. This is Henry on second. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Turning to Henry on third. And tough sledding for him. Only room to get it to the 30. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Justin Tucker out for the field goal. A lot of pressure hovering over this kick. This one from 47 yards away. Bullock's kick is good. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. This is caught inside the 15. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers now within 1 score in the 4th. Roman Wilson, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So a little pressure alleviated by the touchdown, but plenty still remains. Going to need to manufacture another trip to the end zone as they trail by 5.
This feels a little bit like a golf event to me, Kate, where those golfers will spend a big round not even looking at the scoreboard, not even know where they sit. But then when it gets down to winning time, they do know exactly what they need. And to consider that golf analogy, well, this team now needs a birdie when it matters the most.
Baltimore running its offense out now. Their lead still more than a field goal, thankfully, should the worst happen, Brock. But obviously the goal here is to hang on to the ball and try to run this game out.
Yeah, the goal is to get to the best formation in the history of offensive football. The victory formation. That is all that you're thinking right now is just make these plays, run out this clock so we can take one more knee and celebrate.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Gets this to Bateman. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. Here's Henry on the option. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Aguilar with the grab. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. They'll run here with Henry. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal. Wow, they're going to pass it here. And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores. Tucker
on for the extra point. That's no good. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table. He'll probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Return starts at the 3. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Good.
Fields looking to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. Marcus Williams has it. So it ends as a win for the Ravens. And it's harder and harder not to mention, Brock, the possibility of an undefeated season as they add another to their total here in the penultimate month of the campaign. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Baltimore.